If it goes. Hey guys, we're starting out with a bang. You know, it was the biggest card of the weekend. We're here to talk about it. Got
Okay,
that energy for you.
first of all, Brady, please go somewhere else so I'm not looking into like the light or something like I'm gonna die or something.
I'm buying a stand. I ordered one off eBay, so it's good. My face will be a little prettier. It's just the way my room's set up. So, on. I'll try and fix it while your beautiful face is talking.
So if you guys lived under a rock and you didn't know, we just had UFC 257, the return of Conor McGregor last night. Um, things went a bit sideways, man. There was some crazy fights, some crazy results. We're gonna start off on the prelims and work our way up. But what fight do you want to start with? You want me to just start naming fights and we'll go from there?
I'm just going to mention that Nick Lentz retired after he lost. I don't want to talk too much about the prelims. I mean, there was nothing really going on. Even on the main card, it wasn't. It was kind of a stinker. We'll start with Cleo Routry. You said before that seemed people were saying it was controversial. I actually thought Routry was going to lose this fight, which is three knockouts in a row from the. You'd think Khalil was going to win this again by knockout. I gave the other. It could have went either way, honestly. 2 rounds apiece. One round was close. One was definitive. It's just one of those fights. It's not a robbery.
I didn't watch it. I only started watching the pay-per-view card, but I was very surprised to see Khalil lost. I mean, when you're kind of on the fence if you're going to retire or you're not going to retire, and you're a win-lose kind of guy, it might be time just to pack it up.
Give it in. Go move back home from Thailand. Do your thing. I mean, he moved to Thailand and his career went downhill, and it was supposed to go upwards. So it's sad to see, but it is what it is. We'll get to Amanda Ribas. You just want to start there?
Yeah, so Amanda Reeves opened up the pay-per-view card. She was a pretty big favorite, I believe, coming into the fight.
50, I think.
Yeah. First of all, before we talk about the fight, she is such a weight bully, bro. I didn't realize how much of a weight bully she was.
Yeah, she put on like what 24 pounds or something.
Yeah, she was up over 144 or something like that, and she weighed in at 126.
Yeah, it's insane. But she didn't look that big in the. I thought Marina looked bigger though.
But it doesn't matter, man. You can't be when you weigh 125 pounds, you gain 20 pounds. That's a significant amount of your body weight. She should move up to 135.
If she makes the weight, she makes the weight. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. I don't see her as a big. I just don't see her as a big flyweight. But
Okay. Anyways, the fight. She got rocked, and Herb kind of stepped in to stop it, but he decided not to.
oh, sorry. And before this, sorry, you mean go up to 125? They're 115 pounders.
I swear she weighed in at 126, Brady.
No, it would be 115 because Marina Rodriguez just fought Carlo Esparza before that, which was the 115. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it was the strawweight division that they fight in. Um,
Yes,
and
you're right. You're supposed to fight Karate Hottie. You're right. Yes.
just so it was a little bit controversial, but Herb Dean, in my opinion, stepped over, and when he stepped over, it was a little too close. He should have called it, in my opinion, because it was at that point where I think he had touched the person. You can't get that close and confuse them.
Hmm. He was kind of like off all night. Even the Conor McGregor start to the fight, he kind of started it weird. I don't know what was going on with him last night.
Yeah, he seems off a lot lately, actually, in general.
Yeah, I like Jason Herzog. It'd be nice to see Big John McCarthy come back, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about the fight though? What do you think about Rivas getting knocked out?
She'll be back. She's young. It's a hiccup. Marina has good striking and she has power and you don't see that much power in women divisions. It's nice to see some knockouts. It makes Marina watchable now. It's good for her career. But Amanda will bounce back and we might see her go up to 125 now.
Yeah, I honestly think the 125 jump's gonna make a big difference for her career because man, she's coming in at 144. Like that weight cut's got to take something out of her.
Yeah, and she's fought some great fighters though already and beat them. Like she beat Mackenzie Dern, she's beat Paige Van Zandt, like she's beat some decent people. So like I don't think this win will take too much away from her. She lost to a tough girl.
Right, right. Okay, so rolling on. Honestly, I'm good. Jojo Calderwood versus Jessica. Calderwood looks solid.
Yeah, I'd like to see Calderwood versus Lauren Murphy next.
Do you think Murphy has to fight again though to get a title shot, or do you think she can kind of just wait it out?
I feel like they're going to have to make her fight.
She's on what, a 4-fight win streak?
Or fight, yeah.
Yeah. She lost to Jessica Eye, didn't she?
Who?
Murphy?
No, she's only lost to Caitlin Chuhugan. No, she lost to Caitlin Chuhugan and Sayarja Urbanks a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you do with her because like that's not an easy fight for Murphy. JoJo would make it tough, and I feel like Murphy deserves a title shot. So it's an interesting spot to put her in.
Yeah, it sucks with the whole flyweight division where it looks like they're going to go towards Jessica Andrade, which sucks for the rest of the division.
Yeah. What about what about Maya? What are they going to do with Maya right now?
Maybe Maya versus Joanne.
Yeah, the rematch. Run that one back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right.
Why not? There's not much going on there. In the co-main event, we had Michael Chandler, which probably my favorite lightweight of all time. I've been looking for this moment, and I thought it was too late. Honestly, I've been a huge Michael Chandler fan. You know this. I've been watching him for the longest time, and I just thought Michael Chandler was over the hill, and that's coming from me being one of his biggest fans. And I didn't think this was the perfect timing for him to go into UFC because I've seen him get hit, and I've seen him get rocked. I've seen him being a little chinny, and he lived up to the hype, like in better ways than none. Like it couldn't have went any better for him than, and it changed my mind on a whole aspect. It's like he had a better performance in the UFC than he ever did in Bellator.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Sometimes people just live up to the expectations. Sometimes people crumble under pressure. But it's a 3-time world champion. He's fought some of the best guys in the world. Whether you want to admit it or not, he's fought world-class guys over at Bellator. And he brought that to the UFC and took on, Dan Hagman's a tough guy. He's a good lightweight, but he was 20-9 coming into that fight. That's a win 2, lose 1 kind of guy.
Still, but in that defense in MMA, we've known it's kind of like a Nate Diaz situation. Dan Hooker's fought a lot of good guys and lost to a lot of good guys, right? So it's not like it's a bad record. It's not like it's a.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I was saying stylistically, I just didn't understand why everyone was on the Hooker train. Like, he just took the worst beating he's ever taken of his life, besides maybe the Barbosa fight against Dustin Poirier, and this is the next fight he's getting fed a world champion. I thought it was a bad matchup. I said the explosiveness from Chandler was going to be a problem for the first 2 rounds, and you could tell Hooker did not want to engage. He kept trying to retreat. He wasn't even throwing the jab. So when I saw that he wasn't even going to throw a jab, wasn't going to throw push kicks, Chandler's just going to have to step to him, and what did he do? He finished him off.
Yeah, I was surprised how fast Dan Hooker went down. I mean, like he took maybe the Poirier fight took a little bit off of him because I thought his chin was a little bit better than that. I didn't think that Chandler would be able to put him out like that, or maybe Chandler's power is just that good. Michael Chandler is a specimen. What can I say? I'd like to see him hopefully fight. Maybe I don't personally think that he's going to fight for the title next, but
we'll get to that after the main event.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all I want to say about that. But how about the backflip that he had after the fight, man? I was concerned for him.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Dana White at the post press conference said no more. So, yeah.
What a photo! What an epic photo that is, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great moment.
Okay, so a big win for Bellator. That just goes to show that when me and Brady are talking up all these Bellator guys, we know what we're talking about. These aren't bums. These are real fighters.
And Bellator showed some love too, so it was nice to see that UFC actually said a 3-time Bellator champion. That was a first too, eh?
Yeah, that, and also when he was in his picture for the tail of the tape, he had Bellator gloves on.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
All right. So rolling on to the main event, notorious Conor McGregor taking on the Diamond Dustin Poirier. Brady and I both picked Dustin. I also picked Michael Chandler, so I went 2 for 2 for the main and co-main event. Show would have made a lot of money, but Brady, let's start with this one. What do you think about the main event?
I wasn't shocked going in because I thought I knew the result. To be honest, I actually thought Conor did a lot better than I thought he was going to do. I thought Conor could have stopped him, honestly, in the first round. And Dustin Poirier also said it. If he hit him with another shot after that left hand, he would have been probably done. I think Conor looked good. I just think that on that night, Dustin Poirier was better.
Yeah. So I think what it comes down to is like we said last week, the weight cut, because Conor has been 155 since 2018. We took on Khabib, and the layoffs, the long spaces in between competing, is more detrimental to a fighter in his prime than taking a war. Like the couple wars that the Diamonds had as of recently, like the Hooker fight, the Eddie Alvarez fight. Yes, eventually those are going to come up and catch up with them, but not right now, not yet.
Like, from this fight, I've seen a lot of people say Conor is overrated. I don't see that. I thought he actually looked really good coming off a huge layoff.
Oh, no doubt. But you got to remember, like, of course, he looked good at moments, but he lost the fight. So, yes, he won the first round and he was winning the second round up until the stoppage, but he still got knocked out. And I think the knockout was because he's not used to being in there competing. He's burning more energy than he normally is when he's working in the gym, and just his positioning was off. When do we ever see Conor get caught on the fence? Yes, he got hit with a calf kick and it shut his leg down, but we never see Conor get caught on the fence.
Okay, and you also seen, like, in that fight, I think a lot of people are saying Conor. Okay, this is what's really bugging me. In my opinion, Conor will still be in the pound for pound rankings this week because they both were pound for pound. You don't agree with that?
I don't know, man. When you only win since 2018 is Donald Cerrone. I don't think you can do it.
I'm saying he'll still be there because they're still going to try and promote him. He's still a huge draw. Agree with me?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of people saying that. I'm getting to a point here. Don't worry. Okay, so a lot of people are saying that Conor's overrated now because he lost. Like, people are making it out to be that Dustin Poirier was a bum. Do you agree with that?
We both picked him to win, so yeah, we knew he wasn't bum. Yes, people are saying that. Yes.
That's why it's so disrespectful, because they're like, this guy just lost to this dude. It's like, Dustin Poirier is number 7th ranked pound for pound fighter in the world. Give the man some damn respect. Finally, and they're still not going to give it to him.
Okay, so a lot of people are talking about Conor. He had a very traditional boxing stance coming into this fight. It was more so he was more bladed than his karate stance back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did look off that way. His striking didn't look as fast either. His jab looked extremely fast, actually.
I don't know, man. I thought the boxing stance did some good things for him because of the positioning he was in. It allowed him to land that left hand very accurately, very often. He landed fight-ending punches. Dustin just ate them. I think if he had followed up, like Dustin even said, if he had followed up in that first round, he could have gotten him out there. I was waiting for Conor to stop him in the first round, and I was going, wait, what's going on here? I thought Dustin's going to survive this.
Did Conor look hesitant, or did Conor look slow?
Neither. I didn't think he looked either.
Something just seemed off. Like, he wasn't putting the output that he normally puts out in the first round, in my opinion, though.
I don't know, man. He won every minute of the fight except for the last minute of the fight. I thought he looked amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to see. It's so hard to say. I truly believe, and I'm like the only person saying this, that the next fight is going to be Conor versus Dustin Poirier for the lightweight championship, the trilogy.
No way.
You don't think so?
No. Conor's foot. Well, it doesn't even make sense, man. You can't have a guy come off of a knockout loss going into a title fight. That doesn't make any sense.
But in a way, you can. If it's a vacant title and it's a trilogy on the line, why not?
No.
We've seen people in the UFC after 3 losses get a title shot. Randy Couture. So weird things have happened.
No, I can't get down with that. Conor needs to beat somebody. But we'll get to that in a second. I just want to say one more thing. I thought Conor's footwork was tremendous. He was slipping shots. His head move was amazing. It's just the game has passed him up. The calf kick wasn't there when he was on that run through featherweight. There was leg kicks, but it wasn't such a weapon that it is now. You see people targeting calf kicks, outside leg kicks, shutting down people's legs. Dustin Poirier found that, and Dustin Poirier used that to his advantage. Conor's got to readapt. He's going to come back, and I guarantee you he knocks out Dustin in the trilogy fight.
You think so?
First round, knockout. Watch.
Conor.
100%. Knock him out cold.
Why?
because what I saw from that fight was I was more impressed with what Conor was doing throughout the fight to the last minute of the fight than what Dustin was doing.
Wow. Okay, well, it'd be nice to see. Now, do you think both of these guys are all-time greats?
Oh yeah, we're looking at in Dustin Poirier, we're looking at the second best lightweight of all time behind Khabib.
Really?
Look at his resume. Look who he's beaten: Conor McGregor, Eddie Alvarez, Pettis, Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje. He lost to Khabib. That's really it. He beat Dan Hooker. Who else does he have to beat?
True.
In Conor McGregor, not one of the best lightweights ever. He's 1 and 2 at the weight class.
He's one of the best featherweights.
But he is potentially the greatest featherweight of all time, and he's one of the best fighters of all time just because of the way he moves through weight class, pound for pound.
Okay, but both Hall of Famers. Okay, do you see the trilogy happening next? Because it says Dustin Poirier does not want to fight Chandler for the belt. He doesn't deserve it. I think that Chandler just became a huge draw for the UFC because of this pay-per-view. He's going to get the title shot. I think you're going to get Chandler versus Oliveira, and you're going to get Dustin Poirier versus Conor 3. If the lightweight title with Conor and Dustin doesn't happen, I do see Chandler versus Oliveira happening. And the Dustin, why wouldn't Dustin take it? He's more in there for the money now. Let's be real.
100% Dustin would take it, but I can't see the UFC offering Conor a title fight right now. If they wouldn't offer him a title fight yesterday coming off of a win, why are they going to offer him a title fight coming off a loss?
Because they wanted Khabib to have the title while Conor was going to fight him for the belt.
If they did that, I mean, if that's a straight business decision, that just makes the sport look like a joke. I'm not okay with that. I don't want to see Conor fighting for the belt next. This is what I think should happen. So coming into this, Charles Oliveira was probably the most likely guy to fight for a title before anybody fought yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But Michael Chandler just took what Oliveira's done and said, nah, man, I see what you did, and this is what I bring to the table. His win over Dan Hooker and the way he did it is way more impressive to me than what Oliveira did to Tony Ferguson.
Well, me too, because in that case, like his wrestling his strength is so strong. I just don't see a way that Oliveira would even mess with Michael Chandler.
Right.
I would like to see. So let's just say this. So I would like to Charles. I do see Michael Chandler as a future champion, regardless. You know, it's good for the business of the lightweight division because if Khabib retires, you have this Michael Chandler, who you could say build up now because he didn't lose to Khabib. It's great for the sport.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the only guy he won the belt after. You know, there'll always be that what if, and it might bring him back, Khabib versus Chandler, which is a huge fight.
That's interesting, yeah, because Khabib's always going to be like, maybe he could wrestle me. Who knows? But these are what I think the matchup should be. I know Dustin said that he's not fighting Chandler next, but I think if you throw enough money at him, you make it happen. I think Chandler versus Dustin for the vacant belt makes the most sense, just because the way Chandler just dominated Hooker. Then you're going to get Conor versus Nate for the trilogy. Then you're going to get Paul Felder taking on
Gaethje.
No, sorry, Gaethje versus Oliveira next. Then you're going to get Hooker versus Felder, run that one back, and Tony Ferguson versus RDA, run that one back.
That's good, but okay. At this point, as a business standpoint, too, you got to on the last say, you got to take Conor could lose to Dustin Poirier again. Okay, the Nate Diaz fight's always going to be there, so why not run back Dustin Poirier versus Conor? Because if Conor loses 2 in a row, they can still promote Conor for a third fight with Nate Diaz as a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? They got to milk him if he's going to keep losing. They got to milk him the right way. Okay,
so let's say they make Dustin versus Conor trilogy right away. Yes. And let's say the title's not on the line, because I have a hard time seeing that happen. Then that means we see Charles Oliveira fight Michael Chandler for the belt then.
That's what I think is going to happen.
If that's the case,
they're leaning on if Conor loses some stigma, he always has Nate Diaz in his back pocket because that's going to sell regardless. It doesn't matter how many losses these guys are going to come off of.
Right. Okay. But here's my perspective. If I'm Dustin Poirier, I'm thinking, okay, I have that Conor McGregor card. I can play that whenever I want. Conor's going to want that one back. We can trilogy. Doesn't matter. If we both lose our next 5 fights, we still have that trilogy to back up on.
Yeah.
how often are you in the position to fight for a title?
That's true.
He has to take the title fight. If it's like, okay, you have to fight Michael Chandler, or we're gonna pass up on you and we're gonna give it to Oliveira, he has to take the fight. He has to.
Mm-hmm. I just don't see many people. I don't see Dustin. I don't see anyone beating Chandler right now in that division. And I don't even see Khabib.
I'm not talking about Khabib. I don't know. I'm not going there. But Dustin versus Chandler to me, it's a coin flip of a fight. But Michael Chandler is a terrible matchup for most guys in that division.
Oh, it's disgusting.
But is there anything else you want to add to that? Is there anything else? Oh, Dan Hooker put his gloves down in the ring. What do you think that means?
I think it was just emotional. He didn't think he was going to get starched that way. He just didn't show up to fight. I think he'll be back.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he can't go
anyway.
Like that.
Conor is not overrated. I'm just saying Dustin just needs to get some more respect. People need to quit hating on Conor. I've seen some hate again. Man, we're not lovers or haters. You know what I mean? It's just they're both two great fighters going at it, and the better man won that night. Just like before, the better man won before then. It happens.
I honestly think this is the best thing that could have happened for Conor if he decides to stick around the sport, because he was in this mode where he's like, I'm going to jump in and fight Manny Pacquiao. I'm going to fight Khabib again. Dustin, I'm going to knock him out in 60 seconds. Like, he's not a real guy for me. He understands now that he's got to stick in a lane. He's a mixed martial artist. You'll never see him box again. This ended it. Him getting knocked out by a southpaw in the octagon put an end to him ever boxing in a southpaw and Manny Pacquiao ever again.
Yeah, I heard there's still talks, but we'll see.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Ryan Garcia just announced that he's fighting Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I just seen that on Instagram. I messaged you and I was like, is this real? So we'll see.
What do you think about that?
I think Pacquiao starches Garcia.
Yeah, Pacquiao should get him out of there. But hey, man, good for Ryan. Good for Ryan.
Get buried by an old man. All right, it'll be like Keith Thurman, but worse. Next, we got some Caleb Plant versus
Caleb Truax.
Do you care about this fight?
Oh, man, this is okay. It's a bit of a step up from the Mike Lees and the guys who the PBC have been feeding Caleb Plant. Just straight. Mike Lee was a real estate agent, all right? The dude wasn't even a full-time fighter. He's Alec Quinton of boxing. That's what Mike Lee is. So it's a step up. Caleb Truax is a former world champion, beat James DeGale. But he's turning 38 years old this year. He's not in his prime. He's fighting a weight class up from where he was his best. He was best at middleweight. So if Plant doesn't starch him, which he probably won't because it's just the style of Plant fights, it's not a good look. He needs to go out there and make a statement if he wants to try to entice the Eubanks, the Canelos, the Billy Joe Saunders of the world.
Absolutely. I'm not excited for this fight, but I thought we had to mention it. I got Plant by decision.
Yeah, it should be unanimous. I don't think he'll lose a round. He should win every round.
For sure. So we do have some Houston Alexander, the legend, knocking out Keith Jardine in the past. Will be coming on the show this week, so stay tuned for that.
We got a couple questions.
And we got a couple questions to get to.
Okay. Chandler versus, did we cover that?
Just mention the question.
So Andrew Tapp Silveroid said Michael Chandler versus who? I think we kind of covered that. We said either Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier, right?
Yeah.
Burak 4713 says, was Hooker affected by the time and the place of the fight? What do you think, Brady?
Yes, he was. I think he was a little starstruck by the whole situation. I think he didn't know what to do. I think he just was stuck in the moment and he got caught. He didn't want to fight.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think the time and place. I've never seen Hooker so loose. I was listening to some of his interviews. He seemed awesome. The fight week, I was starting to think maybe I was picking wrong. He seemed mentally he was in there, but this stylistically, he saw right away when Chandler came out, bang, came at him. I think he knew that.
Woke up. He didn't take his all brand. He needed to go to the bathroom. He needed to get out of there quick. Yeah,
whatever it was. I don't think the time and place had anything to do with it. I think it's just the fact that he met his match, a tough stylistic matchup. Okay. Sure. King.I_ says, what would Conor have to do with the third match to beat Dustin?
You just need to land the same shots and follow up with those shots.
Yes, I don't think there's any really much change to make. I'll obviously defend the kicks a little bit better. I'm not mad if he sticks with the traditional boxing stance he had. He did amazing work from his boxing stance. He just has to land that left hand that he landed that almost put Dustin's lights out, and just follow it up. If you do what you do best, put your punches together. Go look at the Eddie Alvarez fight. Go look at the Chad Mendes fight. He lands 2 or 3 shots in a row, puts people down. Follow it up. Dustin's going to sleep. I promise you, Conor knocks him on the third fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last question. The casual fan MMA, what are your thoughts on the matchups that we should make at lightweight? We covered that as well.
So while they're watching the video, they're getting our covers, and I think that's it for today.
That's all we got for you. We'll work on some other interviews as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share our content. We'll be back next weekend. Oh, there's no fight this weekend, so we'll I don't know what we'll do something for you next week.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.